Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Okay, so different day, same old crap, huh? You know, so many people in the media have been begging for Kamala Harris to just listen. Please, take our advice. And the general consensus there has been, stop talking about Donald Trump, stop with the fear-mongering.
We really should be talking about Vice President Harris. Why is she not caught on? What's holding her back? She had one of the most successful launches of any presidential candidate in modern history. She went from 5 points behind to 3 points up in a matter of weeks. And then she turns on Trump. And then her campaign stops being about what she's going to do and starts being about what he's done and will do. And I note that it just froze right there. And in fact, she's probably retrenched a point or two since she hit her peak. The public wants to know more. They want to know what she will do in her first day, in her first week, in her first month. And the campaign is going more and more negative on Trump, using Trump's own words against him. But it's a focus on Trump rather than herself. At what point is she going to tell the American people what she's about? At what point is she going to get specific, detail-oriented, who wins and who loses? I think that that's the most important attribute right now. And I don't see it happening.
Enough with the Donald Trump boogeyman nonsense and carve your own identity, please. That's been the demand of the corporate political analyst types, but obviously it just keeps falling on deaf ears. The Kamala campaign just isn't listening. They told her, don't talk about Donald Trump enough. They said enough with this Donald Trump fear-mongering stuff, and then she went on CNN with Anderson Cooper and called him a literal fascist. And she keeps going on and on about Donald Trump and his enemies list. Ooh, he wants to put us all into gulags. If he gets elected, he wants to imprison his political opponents. You know, it seems like she just isn't getting it. The people are tired of the Democrats crying wolf, and so the campaign missteps continue. And now, literally a day after calling Trump supporters garbage, the Kamala campaign has found their new scandal, their new fear-mongering talking point. This one's definitely gonna work, guys, after the last 15 failed attempts. You can sense the sarcasm. This is the dumbest thing I think I've ever seen in my life. I mean, a total falsification of what was said, and of course, right in line with what we've seen from the Kamala HQ, another deceptive edit. They think this is gonna work? I think not, friends. Let me show you guys the latest desperate, and I mean real desperate, pathetic attempt by the Kamala campaign. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, folks, so Donald Trump said a thing. This is what he said. Here's the full context.
I said, well, I'm going to do it whether the women like it or not. I'm going to protect them. I'm going to protect them from migrants coming in. I'm going to protect them from foreign countries that want to hit us with missiles and lots of other things.
And yep, a totally benign clip. Anybody watching this would understand what Donald Trump's talking about. It's a totally benign clip. But apparently, according to the left, this is the worst thing the orange man has ever said. I mean, I'm literally laughing as I'm recording this, or at least I'm trying not to laugh. It's just so dumb. The Kamala campaign took this clip and is now cutting it down to this portion alone.
They said, sir, I just think it's inappropriate for you to say. I said, well, I'm going to do it whether the women like it or not.
And trying to make a thing out of it.
I will comment on the former President Donald Trump's remark about women and whether they like it or not. And listen, it actually is, I think, very offensive to women in terms of not understanding their agency, their authority, their right, and their ability to make decisions about their own lives, including their own bodies. And this is just the latest on a series of reveals by the former president of how he thinks about women and their agency. Whether he has said, as he has, that women should be punished for their choices, whether he has talked about his pride in taking away a fundamental right from women, whether it be how he has actually created a situation in America where now 1 in 3 women lives in a Trump abortion ban state and has legal restrictions on the right she rightly should have to make decisions about her own body.
Ooh, more misogyny and fascism, I guess. Donald Trump threatens women that he's gonna do what he wants, whether they like it or not. You can't make this stuff up, and obviously, the mainstream media's running with this. They got the talking points, probably from the DCCC, and they're trying to make it into something that it clearly isn't.
Congressman Byron Donalds, a Republican from Florida. Congressman, thank you so much for being with us. I want to play a little bit of what Donald Trump said last night about protecting women.
I said, well, I'm going to do it whether the women like it or not. I'm going to protect them.
All right. Why is Donald Trump telling women he will do things whether they like it or not?
John, that is grossly inaccurate what you just played. Play the full clip. Play it in its context. He was talking about the tragedy at our southern border that led to the death of Jocelyn Nungare. Jocelyn's mother has come out and endorsed Donald Trump because she fully believes that if Donald Trump was president, her daughter would be alive. And so what he was talking about was, I'm going to protect women. I'm going to protect children. And then he was just telling a joke. Really, he was telling a joke about how some of the staff said, no, don't say you would protect women, because they would take it out of context. Obviously, what CNN is doing right now, taking it out of context.
No. You're actually, you have the exact right context. You have the exact right context here, Congressman.
Aliens, especially violent, illegal alien criminals who have raped and who have murdered women in the United States.
Congressman, you just explained the exact right context. Was Donald Trump's story was telling people how people close to him, okay, his advisors were telling him not to use that type of language, to say, I'm going to be your protector. And John, that is the context in that speech. No. John, that was what he was doing. And then he said, I'm going to protect them, the women, whether they like it or not. And I'm not the only one asking you about this language. Donald Trump, his advisors clearly knew it was an issue. And Nikki Haley has been talking about the language that Donald Trump... No, hang on, Congressman. Nikki Haley...
How pathetic is that? I mean, they're so desperate. They so clearly have nothing. And that's why they're looking like complete monumental fools right now. Byron Donalds put that CNN clown right in his place. And I can't even believe the CNN bot had the audacity to even push back in his little beta nasally voice. Actually, Congressman, stop. Just stop it.
Stop it. Get some help.
I mean, seriously, stop it. Get some freaking help. What is wrong with these people? It's unbelievable. It's so clear what Donald Trump was saying. He's talking about the rhetoric. He's trying to tell the people that he wants to be a protector for women. He wants to be a champion for women. And his staff said, well, you know, the optics might not play out so great. Maybe we shouldn't say that. And he's saying, well, I'm going to say it whether they like it or not. Because I'm the president and that's what I believe. And I believe it's part of my mandate that I should be a defender of women. What is the scandal? What is the problem? They're trying to clearly misconstrue what he's saying and pretend as if he's some sort of misogynist who's gonna do whatever he wants regardless of what women think. It's unreal. I mean, the level of dishonesty, the gaslighting is unreal. And you can sense the frustration because, the stupidity is frustrating to deal with. That's what it is. It's just stupid. But in reality, I'm not even frustrated. The political side of me isn't bothered at all. The intellectual side, of course I find it frustrating, but politically, keep going. Honestly, keep going, Democrats. I mean, you guys really think that this is a good look? That this is what's gonna win the election for Kamala Harris? You people are out of your mind. This is the exact type of thing that people are sick of. They're tired of it. They're tired of the misrepresentation, the narrative building, the dishonesty, and most importantly, treating us as if we're stupid and don't understand the basic context relating to what Donald Trump was saying. Well, I think they're in a rude awakening because most people aren't that stupid. Nobody is buying this crap anymore. And already this hoax, there's no other way to describe it, well, it's already getting exposed all over social media. And that's the beauty of X. It's the most downloaded app in the world right now. It's growing like crazy and a lot of people are getting their political information from there. And they're seeing the dishonesty on display. They're seeing the deceptive edits. Back during the very fine people hoax, Democrats kind of got away with it, to a certain extent at least. But nowadays, it's a completely different information landscape, and people are wisening up to the tactics. This is yet again another desperate attempt to misinform the public, and my warning to Democrats is this is a dangerous game. It feels like Democrats are sabotaging long-term political value or gain for short-term gain. Sure, lying and being dishonest might work in the short term. You might see momentary successes, but the more people start to see what you're doing, the more people start to wake up, the more people you lose, and frankly, you lose forever. It's the same thing that I keep saying. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. And more people are opening their eyes, they're waking up like never before, and they're just not cool with this obvious deception. You Democrats are going to lose those people, possibly forever. And the more you do it, the more it happens, and the worse position you're going to be in moving into future elections. At least that's my perception. Anyways, that's pretty much what I got for you guys on this one. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.